Es ging durch alle Nachrichten. Die Lufthansa wurde lumpige 100 Jahre alt, leistet sich neue Uniformen und sie trägt jetzt Boss. Und dieser Boss hat einen Namen und wir wissen, er ist heute mit uns, das ist Bernd Keller, der diese Uniformen gemacht hat. Wir kennen dich aber nicht von der Lufthansa, sondern weil du auch für die Domspatzen die neue Konzertkleidung designt hast. Und weil wir dich damals schon vorstellen durften, lieber Bernd, haben wir einen kleinen Trailer. Und den lieben wir so sehr, dass wir ihn gerne nochmal zeigen wollen.
Was haben Robbie Williams und Regensburger Domspatzen gemeinsam? Wer verbindet Adidas, Hugo Boss oder Peter Hahn mit dem traditionsreichsten Knabenchor der Welt? Bernd Keller ist ein Solitär in der oft schrillen, bunten, oberflächlichen Fashionwelt. Freundlich, zurückhaltend, aufmerksam, einer, der zuhört und verstehen will. Trotzdem, über viele Jahre ist er ein Star der internationalen Modewelt. Studium in Italien, begabter Schneider, dann Manager, Vorstand und Kreativdirektor großer Marken wie Marco Polo, für die er auch Robbie Williams einkleidet. Und dann der sprichwörtliche Schnitt. Keller will raus aus dem Hamsterrad und das machen, was ihm ein echtes Anliegen ist. Social Fashion Luxury, soziale Mode der Premiumklasse. Für Bernd Keller kein Widerspruch. Echte Nachhaltigkeit und edelste Stoffe statt Greenwashing und Wegwerfmode. Geboren und aufgewachsen im fränkischen Pegnitz. Er geht auf eine Internatsschule, weil beide Eltern berufstätig sind. Und er hat musikalisches Talent, singt lange und leidenschaftlich im Chor. Gerade hatte sein Kindermusical Premiere. Titel Ich glaube, denn Bernd Keller ist auch bekennender Christ. Die Schöpfung und wie wir mit ihr umgehen, ist ihm ein persönliches Anliegen. Also weg aus London, Paris, New York. Keller kehrt nach Jahren der Spitzenjobs, nach Jahren im Ausland in seine fränkische Heimat zurück. Er macht das auch seiner Frau zuliebe. Die beiden sind seit 30 Jahren verheiratet und haben 3 Kinder. In der Spinnerei entsteht auch das Design für die neue Konzertkleidung der Domspatzen. Entscheidend ist nicht die Vergangenheit, sagt Keller, sondern die zeitlose Domspatzen-DNA. Emotion, Disziplin, Klang.
Und das wollten wir zeigen, um ihn verlegen zu machen, weil fürchterlich bescheiden ist er auch. Lieber Bernd, über die Klamotte zu sprechen, nicht als etwas, was ich anziehen muss, sondern die tatsächlich Identität stiftet und die ja auch damit Kultur beschreibt. Da wolltest du uns was erzählen und da habe ich dich gebeten, erzähl du uns bitte aus deinem Handwerk, aus deiner Designperspektive und aus deinen Erfahrungen. Bitteschön.
Gerne. Ich war ja in einer tollen Gruppe gerade, wo wir auch zusammen mit Paul diskutiert hatten, was uns alles gut gefällt. Meine erste Frage an dich, Clemens und Nick. Ich habe gemerkt, Paul verfolgt Deutsch, versteht aber nicht alles. Ich könnte auch meinen Beitrag auf Englisch machen. Hat irgendjemand einen... Okay. No, I'll take it in English. You'll tell me if it was right or if you don't understand anything anyway. So, yes, when you asked me, please, to talk a bit about what I'm doing in my business, you also told me you can be very personal, yeah? And I take the chance. So I take you on a little journey, and you've seen all this glitter and glam that I absolutely adore. I like it. I can't say I don't like it. But there's another Bernd Keller as well. I take you on a journey back 10 years ago, 2016. I was called in to be board member of a fashion company, Marco Polo. They asked me, could you please send us a few quotes which are important for you that we would share with our colleagues. So the first time I took the time and took 3 quotes that became important for me, for my business life. And I will just take this one that I feel is exactly the one that would fit into today's platform. So, I said, you're only ready for the next big jump if you take 1 step back. At that time, I wouldn't know that this little sentence meant a lot to me in future. I come back to this sentence. I take you on my little journey of the fashion, the glamour world of fashion, which I love. And I'll give you the outside perspective that you've seen, Bernd Keller here, Bernd Keller here. Okay. Started in studying in Italy, then life was good to me and brought me to several positions that you've seen. After taking this job at Marco Polo in the board, I decided to take a step back and start my own business. My belief is innovation by sustainability. And whatever position I could take, I felt it took less and less time of what my passion is about. And I decided, okay, do it. Okay, I turned 50, so if you're 10 years, I'm 60 now. So with 50, I said, okay, if you don't do it now, you won't do it in future. Also, I've been traveling for 6 years with earlier Hugo Boss, then Marco Polo, always like 6 days a week somewhere in the world. And then just one day and a half with my wife. I've got 3 kids. They all went out, and I said, maybe this is the right time to break. So I started my small little business, and I started my own company. I was sure this all would work. Yeah? It didn't. Yeah? I'm a designer. Even so, I contacted the right persons to doing all the business plans whatsoever. It didn't work this well because the collections were liked, the orders were big, but I couldn't pay for all the payments because the suppliers asked 40% prepayment. So to make the long story short, started then 2019, January 1st, my business, it worked well, but I needed to call in for insolvency in November the same year because I couldn't find an investor to pay for the production. And this was, I think there's long stories, but I keep it short. So, from my career, the outside perspective, chup, 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 really strong, all of a sudden, I fell down. To take this little chair to demonstrate, my life was upside down. 3 kids. Yeah, the smallest was 18 at that time. I really was afraid. I didn't know, like, what would happen. Would I still live in the same little apartment or not? Okay, after 1 year of big fights with insolvency, banks, whatever, I started my freelance business, and step by step, it went back to today. So from 2019, this was the crash, and now you see Domspatzen, von Laak, creative director, doing DFB, doing beautiful project for Lufthansa. This is the outside perspective. I invite you to follow my inner values. Think of a virtual line. Yeah, I showed you, like everything was good, poof. And then now it's okay, I'm good. There's another dimension in my life, and you've seen it in the little video. I'm Christian, and I know I just give you myself, yeah? I don't want to be a missionary, but I tell you what gave strength to me. When it was all good, actually, the virtual line of my connection to God was a little bit slower because everything went well. I was a believer, but it didn't really pay so much attention. Here, I needed help. And this is my connection to God. And it stayed here. And I know it will be waves. There was a very, very beautiful moment in the life when, like, my wife and me, we didn't sleep well. We shared the situation with our kids. We told them everything. And then my smallest son, at that time he was 18, told me, "Daddy, really? Don't you think you're closer to God than ever? And this is true. Yeah? And then this made me think, thank you. Yeah? I want to give a perspective. I want to be a role model for my kids. And it made me think, what if we talk about values? What is the dimension? What is the currency of value? What is success? You've seen the Bernd Keller, and then I expected that journalists would write about really, like, now Bernd Keller, he was high, now he fell down. Oh, he's on the bottom. It didn't happen. Instead, at that time, there was a journalist approaching me from Manager magazine. I didn't know him. And he asked me, would you be willing to do an interview? I'd love to come from Hamburg. I'll come to you to Bamberg. I want to meet you. I said, yeah, please, go. And he asked me more and more, and how could you be still confident? And I said, well, I tell you, if you want to know or not, I'm Christian, and told you blah, blah, blah. And he asked more and more. He said, sorry, Mr. Mehringer, are you really interested in this? And is your end consumer from Manager magazine willing, is he interested to read about this? I said, I don't care. I think this is worth doing. The Manager magazine in December 2020 was issued, and I got phone calls from Martin Mehringer asking me if you could forward my phone number, and I talked to board members of Mercedes-Benz, Porsche, different people that shared their situation and said they were encouraged by this success fall, and that I'm talking so honestly about it. And I can only, since that time, I'm friends to Martin Mehringer, and he told me about his mother who suffers from cancer, and it's beautiful. My message is, okay, if the chair is upside down, it doesn't mean you're not successful. Thank you very much.